All right, my Libra friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing you your monthly horoscope for October 2020. We have an absolutely life-changing month ahead of us, my friends. We have a huge shift in energy. We have this huge manifestation bringing everything that we want, we dream, everything that we dream of, we have the ability to manifest into our lives this month, into next month, okay? October and November are huge, all right? I want to talk about the Mars retrograde, the Mercury retrograde that's coming up here in Scorpio, the positivity with all of this stuff. And we have this great opportunity this month to flip the script, to look at these things in a positive manner, to look at all of things that are buzzwords of negativity. You know, it's terrible as an astrologer, and how often, you know, people, you say Mercury retrograde and people cringe. And it's like, this happens 3 times a year. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear about these planetary alignments. This is stuff that's working for us, not against us, okay? And the energy that's happening for us this month is making sure that we surrender, okay? With Mars retrograde happens once every 2 years, okay? Our planet of action, our warrior, needs a break every now and then. Let's give him a break. We're on constantly go mode, okay? And we're constantly, you know, this is like, even with this stuff, like here I'm putting this video out on the 1st of October. And a lot of people put this like, oh, I'm going to put it out halfway through the month. Because we're always wanting to see what's next. We're always wanting to see what's next, what's coming around the bend. Okay, we're wanted, you know, looking at the next bite of food while we're still chewing. And this is saying, look, we got to enjoy what's in our mouths. We got to enjoy what's in our hands right now. We got to enjoy what's in our hearts right here, right now, before anticipating the next thing. Okay? So the part of the message that came through to this is that nothing is happening fast. Mars is retrograde. Yet nothing is happening slow. Everything is in order. Everything is perfect. As long as I stay in my lane and surrender to the flow. Okay? We're not forcing anything. We're not pushing a square peg into a round hole. The river flows at the speed the river flows. The wind blows and makes the beautiful wind through the leaves exactly as it's supposed to. Okay? We're not forcing anything. Okay, and sometimes inaction is action, okay? Doing nothing is doing something. And sitting with ourselves and sitting with our shadow this month is extremely important. Sitting with our shadow, okay? Very important. And we have the opportunity, again, we have some of the most beautiful, groundbreaking energy to manifest our dreams, to manifest the lives that we want to live this month, okay? It starts this month and leads into November. So let's get into it and talk about it. Right here on the 1st now, today when I'm putting this out, we've got a full moon. Sun's in your sign, baby. All right, we've got a full moon here in your 7th house, Aries, okay? This is you, the sun, balance, balancing my relationships, balancing myself, balancing my mind, balancing my actions, okay? Bringing balance and shining light onto my relationships, okay? And Chiron is here conjunct the moon. My moon is emotional needs. This must be in balance. If you are in a relationship, we must bring balance into our relationships. There is communication. There is a healing aspect to this particular full moon, okay? And we must be willing to bring that balance into our lives. We've got Scorpio here as well, creating this little septile to the moon during this time, okay? This is saying deep, vulnerable communication that needs to open up in our sense of partnerships, no matter if this is romance, if this is business, if this is a roommate, if this is your family, if this is your children, your mom and dad, okay? We must be willing to step into these shadows, okay? And come from a place of balance. The sun must come, this light must come from a balanced place. This isn't about ego. You know, Mars is retrograde right now. It's not about me, my, I. Okay, this is, hey, in order for us to, you know, we both have to be on the same page. We must walk together, or we must both, you know, or jog at the same speed. You know, if you're always running ahead, or if I'm always running ahead, that's not a balanced relationship. Right? So we must be balancing our relationships. This is really huge for you. You have so much here in the 7th house. And again, this connection that's going on here with Mercury is just like it's being vulnerable. It's vulnerable, open communication, okay? And it's absolutely necessary. On the 2nd, Venus is going to leave your 11th house, which is about community and the collective, okay? The other people. Not relationship-wise, but, you know, the collective, your friends, the social aspects of life. So Venus has been here in the social aspects of Leo. And now Venus is going to enter Virgo, the 12th house. Okay? This is valuing, completions and endings. So this can be endings of something. Now this is important. There's two sides to every coin. So when we're talking about so much relationship stuff, and we're talking about valuing and endings of things, there's two sides. Okay? On one, this can say this relationship is done. And I value myself, and I value you, and I recognize that we have to put a rest to this, and we have to go our own paths. North Node in Leo, right? Or excuse me, North Node in Gemini. We have to follow our own direction. We have to follow our own path. On the other side of this coin, if there is conflict going on within relationships, okay, this Venus entering the 12th house of karmic completions and endings can say, we're putting an end to this discomfort of communication that we've been having. We're putting an end to this unknown. We're putting an end to how things have been, of one running ahead of the other, or one dragging the other, or one not wanting to move while the other is moving, okay? So either it's just an ending of a relationship, and again, this can be any kind of relationship, business, personal relationships, family members, okay? And on the other side of this, it can say we're ending the non-communication. Okay, we're ending the way that this has been so that we can flourish and we can have a positive relationship, because I love you and you love me. So let's find that middle ground. Let's find the balance of ourselves, okay? And Venus is working its magic in the 12th house behind the scenes and saying we must bring value to these things. Value, again, to endings. Value to completion. Value to the spiritual connection that I have with myself, okay? So very, very powerful in whichever way the coin turns for you. That's on the 2nd. That's tomorrow, or whenever you're watching this, okay? Now on the 8th is when the magic starts to really happen. All right, I'm going to come back here. On the 8th is when the magic really starts to happen. Okay, we have Saturn. Saturn is going to create a septile to Neptune. Okay, and Neptune is our dreams, our creativity, our imagination. This is us manifesting our dreams into physical reality. And that's what Saturn is all about. Saturn is about the laws of the physical reality. Okay, how good can things be? So if we're going to, let's continue to talk about relationships for just a second here, and I'll come back to this. So if this is ending a relationship that wasn't working out for the better of us, this is saying, well, then this is exactly what we needed, because now we have the opportunity to fulfill our destiny, to fulfill our lives and move into another direction. Okay? And this, we don't have to keep going over this cobblestone road where everything's shaky. Okay? On the other side, this is if that communication opens up and we're able to get on the same page, how great can this relationship turn into? How great can this relationship be if we're willing to let go of these things that don't serve us anymore? If we're willing to let go of that ego part of self that's running ahead or not moving at all. You know, if it's stuck energy that's not moving, it's saying, okay, well, we're slowly going to start moving forward again. All right. So just, again, the two ways to look at that. Now, Saturn, again, the ruler of the physical reality, the law of karma, and the laws of this physical world, manifestation here, okay? Meeting up with Neptune, our dreams, our imagination, okay? Our dreams and our imagination are being connected with a divine presence, okay? That septile energy, and it lasts from the 8th all the way till November 23rd. And it will not happen again for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years in their home signs, okay? Saturn is free to create the laws that it needs to. It's free to create. And for you, this is in your 4th house of home and family. Okay, Neptune's in the 6th house. This could be about your services, the work that you're doing with other people, the work that you're doing for other people. Okay, Neptune is creating a septile, has been creating a septile to Uranus, breakthrough in the 8th house. Okay, so this is the services that I'm providing and my dream job, my dream home, my dream family manifesting. Okay, and breakthroughs. And this all deals with the other. Because the 8th house here is what's yours and what's mine and how we can balance and bring these things in together. Okay, so it's the work and the services that you're providing, the home and the family life. Saturn saying, yes, let's make this for real. Let's not play around anymore. Let's you know, this is real manifestation, real times to do this. And Saturn creating this septile to Uranus shaking things up in the old traditional way. Just because it's been done this way for 2,000 years doesn't mean we have to anymore. This is like, you know, it's like this ridiculous sense of voting that's going on right now. It's like we might as well have carrier pigeons here in the United States. You know what I mean? I don't. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like, well, if we're not using carrier pigeons, you know, we're using, you know, mail-in something. And why do we use mail-in something when we're in the age of Aquarius, this digital revolution? And that's what Uranus's job is, which rules Aquarius, is to shake things up, shake up the tradition, and create a whole new revolution. Right? But we must be willing to let go of carrier pigeons have worked for thousands of years, and that's what I'm sticking to, and that's how I'm mailing in my vote. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is like, no. Regardless of the voting thing, that's just something popped up. But you know what I mean? So it's just like we're shaking the way of tradition, and we're entering a whole new way. And that can be scary. It can be scary entering this unknown territory when we want solid ground, we want stability. And Uranus is saying we have to get rid of this solid ground and stability because it's not stable. The thing that we built this on, this platform is about to fall apart. Okay? And we have this beautiful energy that's saying we can re-manifest. We can manifest the life of our dreams. We can manifest whatever it is that we absolutely want to bring into reality, this physical reality. And it starts with me. Okay? It starts with me. And now the shadow work comes up. Because we're not trying to fix anybody else. If we're trying to fix other people, if we're trying to heal other people, if we're trying to change other people, that's taken away from self. You got the sun over here in Libra. This is about you. This is about your relationship with yourself. And if other relationships aren't working out, we can't change other people. It's interesting how this is turning into a very relationship thing, and I'm not very much a relationship astrologer. Okay, I'm reading the chart for you. Either way. So this is about bringing balance into our lives and truly manifesting that which we desire. And we will never have this energy again. Once this ends on November 23rd, that's it. Okay, so we have from the 8th to November 23rd to do the shadow work, to be vulnerable, to go inside of self and manifest what we truly desire and bring it into this physical reality. Now on the 13th, Mercury's going to retrograde. Mercury's here in your 2nd house, moving forward. You're thinking about money, ways to make money. Now there might be some other ways to make money. Okay, there might be some new opportunities coming up or ways to rethink of how you're making money or rethinking on that of which you value. Okay, 2nd house is about what you value. Okay, and financial security and things like that. Okay, so Mercury is going to retrograde on the 13th. Mars is retrograde already, and Mars is going to continue to retrograde through the month of October as well. Mercury will retrograde all of October as well. Okay, so Mars rules Aries, Mars rules Scorpio. All right, now Pluto here. Pluto will be direct once Mercury is retrograde, and Pluto moving direct, Pluto rules Scorpio. Pluto is the higher octave of Mars. Mars is about action, taking action. Pluto is about taking action in the sense of transformation. And here Pluto is in the Capricorn, sign of Capricorn, which is it's making things real. It's making laws and order and boundaries. Okay, making sure that we are the authority, that we understand our own authority, that we understand the weight and gravity that we add. Okay, and this is about home and family and your connection with yourself, your connection with your home, your connection with nature. Okay, so Pluto is saying, look, we can transform, we can change, all right? whatever's going on here, if we are buying a house, we're going to figure out ways to make money to make that happen. We're going to figure out ways to change our minds, to change our lives. And part of this is, again, the shadow work that we're doing is nothing happens against you. Nothing happens to you. Things happen for you. And this is the job of Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn in Capricorn at the end of this year is saying we need to learn that lesson. We need to understand that things happen for you. Okay? That if we look at every negative scenario in our lives, and then we can turn and say, well, how much positivity came out of these things? How much positivity came out of this one negative event? This one door closed and it led to this opening and this opening and this opening. Although it might have been hurtful. And we might have felt like somebody did something to us, right? This is this transformation. This is rethinking. And that's the beauty of this retrograde, is rethinking, reevaluating, okay? And going into the depths of these shadows. And for you, this is dealing with finances, is dealing with money, and dealing with partnerships, and dealing with home, okay? Let me come back here now. On the 16th, we're going to have a Libra New Moon, a whole new beginning. So it's like when we start this shadow work and we allow these septiles, okay, this fate and destiny, this is the wind blowing. This is the river running, okay? And if we're just allowing that to be, and we're allowing ourselves to go with that flow, okay, we're allowing ourselves to have this deep, vulnerable communication and rethinking on that of which we value in this life, this new moon, new beginning, balanced in your first house, is bringing a whole new you to the table, okay? This is about living your best life, about manifesting your dreams into reality, about shaking away, okay? Shaking away that stuff that no longer serves, getting rid of these thoughts that no longer serve you, okay? With the South Node here in the third house. This is about knowledge. What, again, are we beating ourselves up about something? Do we cringe every time we hear Mercury retrograde? Do we have a preconceived notion of something negative is going to happen before it's even happened? Okay, that's energy that we're projecting and manifesting into the world that's not even real. Right? So this whole new moon, new beginning that's happening on the 16th is really powerful while Mercury's retrograde, while Mars is retrograde, and Pluto is here to change your mind on things. Okay? That's on the 16th. Now on the 22nd, the sun's going to enter Scorpio to continue our shadow work even deeper. And moving into your second house, this is about finances as well. Okay? Maybe there is a very different way to approach finances. Maybe there's a different way to approach money. Maybe there's a new way that you can come up with, or that you're thinking about, that's going to bring stability into your life. Okay? And we must be willing to go to the depths, the shadow work of ourselves in order to manifest that. And the sun coming here on the 22nd is going to be shining its light, obviously for the month ahead, in the shadow works, in this place of the unknown, in the depths, okay? Going into our deepest, darkest secrets, our deepest, darkest desires, okay? Our sexual fantasies, our dreams of power or money, or control, okay? So we're a lot of shadow work this month, my friends, a lot of shadow work. And then on the 25th, okay, Mercury and the sun are going to conjunct. Mercury and the sun are going to conjunct, and they're going to create a septile here to the South Node, okay, which further does this releasing of knowledge, releasing of my own wisdom, my own thoughts, okay, that are keeping me captive. Okay, so this Mercury conjunction of the sun, septile to the South Node, I'm releasing these thoughts of where I'm thinking things are negative and I cannot see the positivity in them. As well, the septile that happens here, both the South Node, Mercury and the sun are going to create this right here, this septile to Chiron. Chiron is about healing in relationships. Okay, so whichever way the cookie is crumbling this month for you, whether that's walking away from the relationship or that's the release that's going on that is able to bring power and balance into the relationship, it's understanding that this is all happening for a reason. It's all happening to manifest your best life, to put you on track, again, whichever way that goes, and whatever kind of a relationship it's going to be. Okay, so it's open, deep communication, vulnerable communication, releasing and letting go, letting go, letting go, and healing. Okay, so that's on the 25th. On the 27th, Mercury is going to retrograde back into your first house of Libra. On the 27th, same day, Venus is going to make its way through Virgo and enter your first house. Okay, so it's right after this Sun conjunction here with releasing and healing. Okay, we have Mercury and Venus, our planet of communication, and that of which we value, coming into the first house. Okay, Mercury retrograde saying reanalyze, revisit, rethink. Venus saying value, bring value to myself, value to who I am, value to the decisions I make. And it's difficult for those, Libras to make decisions sometimes because they want to create balance. They don't want to stir the pot. They want things to be even keeled and even flowing. Okay? And when we're bringing value into ourselves and understanding this deeper communication that's coming up, all right, we're able to do that for ourselves and be more confident in the decisions that we are going to or need to make in the future. Okay. Lastly, on the 31st, we're going to have a Halloween full moon. And this full moon is going to conjunct Uranus, the breakthrough, the break free, again here in your 8th house of shared resources. And this moon is an emotional need for release. Okay, an emotional need to release that of the tradition, that of the past. Okay, just because it's how it's been done doesn't mean that's how we have to do it. Let's be radical. Let's be crazy and free thinking, free spirited. Okay, and this sun going to be here in your 2nd house, dealing again with finances. And maybe there's a new breakthrough way that you're going to be able to bring money into your life. Okay, at the same time, this moon Uranus conjunction is going to create that septile over here to Saturn. Okay, and Saturn says make it real. Okay, so this is money that you're making, the emotional need and breakthrough that's going on here with the shared resources of what's mine and what's yours also manifests down here into the family life. Okay, so this is a huge month of stepping up. This is a huge month of transformation. Okay, huge month of manifesting our dreams, of manifesting our whatever it is that we desire into our physical reality. Okay, and the sky's the limit. There is nothing that is out of reach. There's nothing out of reach. However, it's not going to happen overnight. That's why it's important that we do the shadow work this month, that we do sit with ourselves, that we do take the time to look at the silver linings and everything, that we do take the time to see the positive outcomes that have come from those hard, negative circumstances. Okay? So nothing's happening fast, yet nothing's happening slow. Everything is perfect as long as I stay in my lane and surrender to the flow. All right? All right, my friends. If you want a reading from me, please feel free to reach out. My email is below in the description box. There's a lot going on, so if you want any extra, help, guidance, and what's going on in your personal chart, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to do it. Otherwise, stick around for the dailies because there's a lot that I haven't covered this month, specifically the Mars squares Jupiter, Mars squares Saturn and Pluto, Sun square Saturn, Sun square Pluto, Sun square Jupiter. That's all happening in your first house. But honestly, I didn't want this video to be an hour long, so I had to pick and choose what we're talking about here today. But the meat is really, we're manifesting the life of our dreams. We're manifesting the life of our dreams, and we're allowing things to let go out of our lives that no longer serves us. And that can be in people, or that can be in the lack of communication between people. It's both ways, okay? So if things are, I don't want to restate everything, but at the same time, it's like letting go of things is sometimes saying I'm letting go of this lack of communication. I'm letting go of the way that we have been communicating so that we can, in fact, have a better relationship, and speaking from that vulnerable part of myself. Or this is ending, right? Either way, the choice is yours, the power is yours. The universe has your back. These fate and destiny connections, we have to trust this. Trust the river is going to lead to, the open ocean. Trust that everything is happening in order, okay? Fast, slow, it is happening at its perfect speed. And surrender to the flow, my friends. Have a beautiful month ahead, and we'll see you tomorrow. Happy full moon, too. That'd be blue moons.